ready for this one. I'm hearing a lot of things. Move over to Farah. Everybody's starting to say this is Brooklyn's top joint. So lean back in your favorite chair, put on your bunny slippers, grab your favorite beverage of choice, your coffee, crack open a brew, because we're about to review Lombardo's, baby. Here, due to popular demand. Let's go eat. All right, so Lombardo's of Bay Ridge has been here for about two and a half years, and it's quickly establishing itself as one of Brooklyn's heavyweights, one of New York City's heavyweights. We're about to find out, guys. Like I said, lean back in your favorite recliner, slip on those bunny slippers, get comfortable, crack open a brew, pour that cup of coffee. Things are about to get dramatic. Things are about to get deep. Will Lombardo's be my favorite pizza? Like so many others are saying it is. We're about to find out. Let's go and try it. One thing I must say, they're a very tightly knit bunch in there. Very tightly knit bunch in that place. They're like family. If you go and follow their Facebook page, this is a place, an establishment where a lot of love goes into it, the making of the pizza. It's really beautiful in there. Too bad I couldn't sit inside. Next time, maybe after the second lockdown ends. But we're going to eat in the car today, like usual, and like always. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Margherita con mozzarella di bufala. I'd say that's a pretty large-looking pie. Pretty large. We're talking at least 20 inches right there. $22 for this thing. Worth every penny, and man, does it smell good. All right, this one looks ripe for the taking. They cut it almost like a New Haven style. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this isn't the typical 8-slice New York style pie, and it's not the typical New York pie, period. Oh my goodness. So light. So light. So airy. Little flop going just out of the oven. Place is right there on the corner. I really didn't waste any time getting to my car. Little flop, but it smells great. A ton of sauce. Guys, put your seatbelts on. Put your seatbelts on. Lean back in that chair, man. Are you ready? I got to start with that crust. Now, what is an artisanal crust? An artisanal crust is usually a crust that requires longer fermentation times than traditional, fast food bread, rolls, American bread, whatever it is, commercial bread. This is artisanal style pizza. Longer fermentation times. Longer fermentation times means this, guys. Some of the lightest, fluffiest, airiest pizza you'll ever have in your life. This entire pie is so light. It's huge. Look at it. It's huge relative to my hand. But it's so light because the quality of that crust, it's so light and airy. Occasionally you're going to get some nice brown airy bubbles. When I go for pizza like this, I usually grab the slice with the bubble on it. My only complaint would be that the dough, the crust, the bread lacked salt. I don't know if that was an error or they do it on purpose. It lacked salt. So, when you make bread, you got to add salt. So, I didn't find it salty enough. And I'm going to have to take some points away for that because when you get to the back, and you take a bite of that bread, it feels like it could use some salt because it's made in a wood-fired brick oven, imported brick oven. He had a Stefano oven in there, wood-fired. You know those big round domed ovens? That's what this was cooked in. I couldn't get a shot of it. I tried, but they weren't letting anyone in. Man. Unique. I haven't had a pizza that looks like this ever in my life. Ever. Kind of New York with the artisanal bread. Not as chewy as a Neapolitan. Crispy and light like a Lucali pie. But look at all that sauce, man. There is so much sauce on this pizza. Tons of it. We're talking lakes. Lakes of it. And it's kind of upside down, similar to a grandma style. You got sauce under the cheese. You got sauce on top of the cheese. Now, the menu said this is a mozzarella di bufala. And the mozzarella di bufala is buffalo cow cheese milk, though this did not really taste like it. I don't think buffalo cheese melts like that. I think that margaritas are typically made with mozzarella di bufala, but I don't think this is it. It sure didn't taste like it. Regardless, still very high quality cheese. Perhaps it's fiore di latte. Fiore di latte mozzarella is very high quality as well. That's what this reminds me of because it's milky. Nice milky texture to it. And you got some of that grated stuff there too. Look at that. Look at all that. Look at all those shards of shaved grated cheese, presumably Parmesan, Parmigiano Reggiano, which gives that creamy mozzarella. The fresh mozzarella is so nice and creamy and rich. Not too salty, but when you throw in that hard cheese, it kind of salts it up a little bit and gives you a nice contrast. You know me, I love that. Just look at all that grated cheese. And you smell it. You smell it. You smell it when you walk in the place. You just smell the freaking quality ingredients. Oh my goodness. Look how bright those tomatoes are. Super bright. Fresh. These are sweet, naturally sweet tomatoes. Not a hint of paste. They didn't simmer it to death. It's naturally sweet. They didn't add any sugar to it. Immense, immense tomato flavor. Some of the best I've ever had. This sauce, guys, some of the best I've ever had in my life. No reason to vertical test this thing. Nothing's going to hang off of it. You separate the slices. The cheese doesn't trail. That means it's not greasy cheese. It's high quality cheese. You're not getting those ribbons of cheese when you separate the slices. Pizza gets cold. We're going to give this one more fold. Now, this isn't a foldable pizza. It's not New York style. But look, you hear that? You hear that? Cool down. High quality crust. Mark of a high quality crust. Pizza cools down and it's still crackling. Look at that. Little flop. All right, guys, drum roll. Lombardo's of Bay Ridge. Artisanal style pizza. Old world style. Visit their website. Passionate owner. Lombardo's of Bay Ridge. Gets a 9.1 out of 10, guys. 9.1. 9.1. 9.1. Can't give it the 9.5, but a 9.1. This is one of the heavyweights, guys. One of the heavyweights. One of the heavyweights. Absolutely no joke when people say come to Lombardo's, it's Brooklyn's best. It's not my best. It's not my favorite, but it's one of my favorite. 9.1. How many pizzas do I score in the 9s? Maybe 6. Maybe 5 or 6. Not counting the specialty pies. Whoo-wee. If the pizza would have held its shape a little bit, maybe it's different when you eat it inside, but look, there's pizzas out there, they could stay in the box for 2 hours and it still, holds its shape. I also think the basil didn't have the most flavor. I hardly tasted it, as a matter of fact. But these are minor gripes, guys. This pizza is so good. The sauce, the cheese, and the crust is so good that, the basil's an afterthought. My only complaint about the crust was that it lacks salt, but the cheese is salty with all that hard grated stuff on it. That you only notice the lack of salt when you get towards the back. Best fresh tomato sauce I've ever had. Can't compare it to like the Farah because the Farah, they simmer their sauce. A little garlic in there. Not the case here. This is purely fresh margarita style sauce. Margarita style pizza. Raw sauce. They put the raw sauce on it. It cooks in the oven. Oh, baby. We got a new heavyweight in town, guys. We got a new kid on the block. Come out and try Lombardo's. I highly recommend this place, guys. I really enjoyed eating this pizza. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell so you can watch my videos as soon as they drop. And until next time, keep those bellies full, preferably with some Lombardo's pizza of Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. This is Antonio, signing off.